What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering, and oh boy, here we go again. Now we've got Halle Bailey diving in, giving an interview on her take of Ariel, The Little Mermaid, and why it's better than the original. Of course, this is being used by both sides to cast stones, and in my opinion, look, if you don't like that Hollywood is race swapping and gender swapping all these characters, just don't pay to see it. That's literally the only thing you have to do. You're not missing out on anything. There isn't a single movie on the planet being produced right now that anyone has to see. The Little Mermaid is another one of those. If you're a parent and you want your kids to have something to enjoy, make a movie night. Maybe even go to the theater and buy some popcorn. I do this all the time. Go get popcorn, bring it home, do a double feature at home. Watch The Little Mermaid, watch The Lion King, something like that. You don't have to give them more money. Better yet, rent the movies from your local library for free or get them on eBay for cheap. Halle Bailey dives right into Hollywood. Now, I don't have anything against her whatsoever at all. In 2023, the year 2023 promises to be a behemoth for Halle Bailey. The younger half of musical duo Chloe and Halle, recently a reoccurring player on ABC's Grown-ish, Bailey will not only be starring in the live-action version of The Little Mermaid, but plays young Nettie in the musical film of The Color Purple, coming to theaters this December. The 20th don't really care about her life and how she got to where she is. I want to get to the quote. Apparently, they need to go all of that, pull the trailer from The Little Mermaid dropped, flooding social media with reams of black women and girls saying they're crying over the ginger, dreadlocked, brown-skinned representation of an iconic Disney princess. It also released all the race trolls from behind their screens. Seeing the world's reaction to it was definitely a shock, Bailey admits, but seeing all the babies' reactions, all the black and brown young girls, really tore me up emotionally. She adds, "It's honestly been such a crazy ride, and genuinely I feel shocked and honored and grateful to be in this position. A lot of times I have to pinch myself and be like, is this real life?" The connection led to Bailey brainstorming a way she could bring some of the black mermaids she's been introduced to into a possible project, and one day pour into young black girl folks as she's been poured into. Now, what's interesting here is inside this quote, she says, "At the first time I ever watched Little Mermaid, The Little Mermaid was around the age 5. Ariel was her absolute favorite princess, and ever since an initial release in 1989, Disney had weathered persistent criticism about the movie's sexism. Bailey promises that her Ariel is more nuanced." Oh, well, thank God. I mean, certainly the first one was a real garbage fire. So I'm glad that Halle Bailey came through to save The Little Mermaid. I'm really excited for my version of the film because we've definitely changed that perspective of her just wanting to leave the ocean for a boy, she says. Except she didn't. She wanted to leave the ocean before she ever met the boy. That's like very basic stuff. Like if you had been such a huge fan of the movie, you would know that. If you had watched it at all, you would know that. It's bigger than that. It's about herself, her purpose, her freedom, her life, and what she wants. Yes, because she will be a strong, independent, barren woman. As women, we are amazing. We are independent. We are modern. We are everything and above, she continues. I'm glad that Disney is updating some of these themes. What? Now you can see Halle Bailey says her version of Ariel is more nuanced than the original Little Mermaid. We've definitely changed our perspective. And then you look at anybody who's seen the movie, right? Notice how she said perspective. She wants to change how other people think about Ariel. But she doesn't think that herself, because so many of these parents love to say Ariel only left for a man, when she did a whole song about the human world before she ever even met Eric. 8,800 likes. Another J-Law moment. She's describing the original movie plot. LOL. I hate these newbies coming in, copying other people's homework, and then acting like they did it all themselves. I mean, like everybody in here is so hilarious. No offense, Halle. But wasn't that part of Ariel's character in the original? It wasn't just about Eric. I mean, listen to the part of Your World again. There's plenty of parts of the song where she's dreaming about being on land and doing human things, not just being with Eric. But this is the narrative, right? This is the narrative that All the previous Disney princesses were dumb tropes and bad for women, even though every young girl grew up worshiping them according to Hollywood. You could see this. I'm sick of this narrative. In the 1989 movie, Ariel is actually very interested in knowing the human world way before Eric, and it's not a crime to fall in love with somebody. 30,000 likes. I mean, that's exactly what this is. Like, that's a quote. That's what you said. And then she tries to run damage control by saying, in the original story, these themes and qualities about Ariel were always there. You will just see more of that side of her in the film, I think. I'm not against falling in love, y'all. Duh. Hello, Lamau. But that's not what you said. That's literally not what you said. Now, again, this is like one of those things, like, I couldn't care less about a Little Mermaid movie other than sincerely hoping it is a box office flop. But I don't think it will be. I think that if you look at the number of times that the Little Mermaid trailer has been viewed, it has set a record for Disney. Even with all the dislikes, it certainly was going to have huge marketing budget and huge push from the press, telling people that if you don't pay to see Little Mermaid, then you're racist. If Olaf, voiced Josh Gad, defends Little Mermaid star Halle Bailey as new trailers flooded with dislikes. Imagine being so broken and pathetic in life that your chief concern is the skin color of a make-believe singing mermaid. What's great about this is that it's such a hilarious self-own, because that's why the Little Mermaid skin color is different. It's because some weirdo inside of Disney said that it had to be that way so that, I don't know, for a modern audience. You see a lot of the comments too, right? Imagine being a company that is worth billions of dollars and not having an original idea and putting out a movie that no one wants. Trailer looks awful, Josh, but if Disney wants to keep destroying their IPs in a vain attempt to push an agenda for a non-existent audience, go right ahead. And these people, again, like, all you have to do is swap the races and know that this is they pretend that it doesn't matter. But if you took a historically black character from Disney and made them white, there would be a fiery but mostly peaceful protests all summer long. And like, you calling feedback pathetic, don't think that that's really, really a good look. And again, Halle Bailey says her Ariel will be more nuanced than originals. She won't just leave the ocean for a boy. But again, this is somebody who, I don't know, doesn't know, that has not seen the initial movie. I really don't know how else to describe it. And then, of course, you get these articles, the Little Mermaid star Halle Bailey says the remake has updated original's more problematic themes. 1989's Little Mermaid is rightfully considered a classic because some feel that certain aspects of the tale are regressive at best and maybe even outright sexist. For example, in the animated film, Ariel's sole reason for wanting to leave the ocean is to preserve Prince Eric. No, it isn't. San Francisco Gazette. See, again, like, now you get these narratives, right? All you have to do is watch the initial movie or even listen to some of the songs, and you'll know that this is 100% untrue. That this is, she falls in love, but only after she wants to see the land. Saving him from drowning, Ursula strikes a deal that will give Ariel legs at the expense of her voice, but she's unable to win Eric's heart. In 3 days, she must spend eternity under the sea witch's control. There are other issues. Ariel is supposedly only 16, but basically told to use her body to go after Eric. I mean, again, it's just like, could you be more disingenuous with the actual movie? And it's like, I feel bad for that, for people that grew up and really liked The Little Mermaid. And I don't hold any ill will to this person, Halle Bailey. She probably does think she's changing the world. She probably does think that, taking a historically white character and just making him black is somehow some sort of big creative decision and big to do to be worshipped for. But quite frankly, it's not. It's the laziest form of diversification, and it's not really something worth applauding. It's not something worth paying for. Sure, now little girls can have a Little Mermaid doll, they can pick up 85% off on clearance. That's black, and somehow that's supposed to be a win. I'm not sure I would be calling people pathetic, but of course, that's Disney. That's their whole marketing model now, is to do something stupid and then say, oh, well, look at how triggered you all are. Better go pay to see our movie to prove you're not racist. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you leave a like on it, and we'll talk to you again real soon.